It's one Super Chicago Showdown on PB2X today with the pros battling an X-Ball. The Naughty Dogs in the hot seat and joining Dynasty for a day. Fire up the TiVo, Paintball 2 Extremes is next. Oh yeah, kicking off another Paintball 2 Extremes. Hi there everybody, I'm James Bates. Welcome to the show. Our third show from the Windy City, the PSP Chicago Open. And wait, I know what you're thinking. A lot of times when you get a trilogy, the third show was the worst, like Godfather 3 or that lame Shark in Jaws 3, which was even lamer if you didn't have the 3D glasses. And Revenge of the Nerds 3, when Lewis tried to be cool, that wasn't very good. But a lot of times it can be a good thing too, like Return of the King from the Lord of the Rings movies. That was great. And just like in the first Revenge of the Nerds, you know, Wormser's a master in aerodynamics and he specifically designed the javelin to fit Lamar Mitchell's limp-wristed throwing style. We here at Paintball 2 Extremes, we're masters in paintball. And we have specifically designed this show to really fire up the X-Ball enthusiasts. Isn't that right, Jen Pierce?
James, the guys that play at this level of the sport really are the heroes of paintball. They go into battle, they achieve the glory, and they get a couple pretty pennies in the process. In today's show, I'm going to bring you an up-close look at the guys from Team Excessive, and we'll also have some great game action all the way through the Open Finals. But first, James has just cornered a pair of Naughty Dogs, and he's about to unleash a rambunctious line of fire.
Is it Canute? Canute? Canute?
H is silent.
The H is silent. Are you guys best buds?
Yeah. I live with my brother.
Yeah. Were you always this close?
Yeah, pretty close.
What's the biggest fight you guys ever got in?
Probably when I spit in his mouth when he's yelling at me once.
Yeah, I put his head in the wall.
And through the wall.
Through the wall. Yeah.
I filled his eye full of super glue once.
Didn't mean to. You didn't mean to do that.
No.
Glued my eye shut.
Didn't mean to? How do you not mean
We were
to?
screwing around with the cap and he flicked it and it just went in my eye glued shut.
What's Rocky's favorite TV show?
That 70s show.
What's Raymond's favorite show?
Fear Factor by far.
Yeah?
I wanted him to go on it with me, try to, but he wouldn't do it.
What's Rocky's favorite thing on pizza?
Jalapenos.
Yeah, by far.
Really? Jalapenos. Raymond's favorite thing on pizza?
Probably just like meat lovers or something.
Who's your arch rival? Who do you guys like to beat the most out there on the field?
Anybody that steps on the other side of the field. We don't have any main guys. I mean, it's nice to beat, you know, Dynasty, the infamous Avalanche. It's nice to beat any of those guys.
So who's better looking?
Probably me. I don't know, maybe Raymond. I don't know.
I don't know. I look in the mirror every day and say I look good, so I don't think Rocky does that.
Are you guys like the Corsican brothers, Cheech and Chong?
No.
Do this.
Do this?
Yeah, do it real hard. Now say ow.
Ow.
And grab your chest. Okay, here we go.
Ow.
Do it.
Ow.
No, it was the other chest. It was the other one. Dang, come on now.
Man, I'm getting a bruise here.
We'll have Rocky and Raymond and the rest of the dogs in action on the field later in the show when we see them take on one of the upstart teams in paintball, Excessive. Let's take a moment to meet this aggressive crew from Cali. Excessive is made up of a core group of players from North Central California who faced an uphill climb during 2004, their first year of competition.
We started last season, our first season. We had a really rough start, but we're kind of getting back into swing. We picked up a couple of key players this season, really helping out, and we're doing really well. I think I got the best group of guys. We're not the best paintball team yet, but we're definitely the best group of guys out there, so it's not bad. Even if we lose, it's okay, you know?
One of the new recruits to Excessive is Map Chim, who played in the past with, guess who? The Naughty Dogs.
It's a big transition. You know, I've been with the system with the dogs for 4 years, you know. It's the dogs have different game plan, different playing style, and to come to a new team, it's just, you know, it's like a new start, you know. I got to start from the bottom again, learn about my guys, learn how they play, their strategies. It's a tremendous change.
Excessive's only been around for 2 years, but they've made quite an impression in the paintball world, and they've done it right. They eat well, they practice hard, and they've got their eyes set on bringing down Dynasty.
We just want to kick the crap out of Dynasty. We don't really care if we win or lose games or get hot girls or anything. We just want to beat Dynasty to death. Maybe even make them retire immediately, if not sooner.
In addition to that lofty goal, Excessive has other ambitions.
There's 3 championships to win, Millennium, PSP, and MPPL, and our goal is to win all 3.
So how would Cambodia-born Matt Chim describe his new team in his native tongue?
I don't think there's a word in Cambodia that would describe the team Excessive.
Well, whatever language you prefer, Excessive will be playing the Naughty Dogs for the right to meet their arch-rivals Dynasty for the championship of the PSP Chicago Open. And we'll have that action for you when Paintball 2 Extremes returns.
Stay on top of the paintball scene. Subscribe to Paintball 2 Extremes magazine. Get player interviews and tournament coverage in every issue. Paintball 2 Extremes magazine will keep you informed of the hottest players and the hottest gear. Plus, you'll get product reviews and expert tech tips in every issue. That's 12 issues of non-stop coverage for only $19.95. Call 1-800-PAINTBALL to order by phone or order online. Paintball 2 Extremes magazine. Get in the game.
Paintball 2 Extremes is brought to you by Empire, innovation, dedication, domination. By Bob Long, creator of the legendary Intimidator and Defiant markers. And by Paintball 2 Extremes, covering the game.
Hey, welcome back to the PSP Chicago Open. I'm James Bates, and I have made it to the top of the wall. That buzzer means you made it to the top of the wall, and it also means that it's time for Riddle Me This. So we go answer some questions that you guys have. I got a big question. How am I gonna get down now?
Hi, my name's Zach, and I'd like to know from the pros how to not get hit off the break.
What up, Zach? This is Nicky from Team Excessive. And to not get shot off the break, you should probably hide. I kind of do that a lot. But depending on if you're a front guy or a mid guy or back guy, it varies. Front guys, you know, just try and get a couple different bunkers in front of you and watch the paint coming in. You know, you want to watch your opponents where they're shooting in the streams, stuff like that. And just keep your head up at all times. Don't hide your face like you see kids doing nowadays. You want to watch that paint coming in. And you just see a whole bunch of people doing this, and you can't see anything. So just open your eyes, man.
I'm gonna leave the high altitude stuff to James, but you can bet you're always gonna get straight answers from Riddle Me This, just like you're gonna get straight shooters out on the field. Let's go get some open class X ball.
Little Pro X ball for you now. Dynasty awaits the winner of this one. The Naughty Dogs on the right, Excessive on the left. Somebody controls their own destiny to play against Dynasty. The boys in blue waiting in the wings, and we've got a great one right here at the Chicago Open. Professional X ball. Look at that, right off the bat. How about that coming around the X, Ryan?
Big run-throughs. Both of these teams are super aggressive. As you can see, the Excessive guy running all the way to the Naughty Dog side of the snake. They are not holding back on this one.
Wow, wasting no time at all. How about that, right out the gate, and 1 point for the guys in yellow and black.
Seconds. These guys, these pro teams are going to be super, super fast on this field, especially at the beginning of the game, trying to wear out their opponent.
Got to be in great shape. The Knuth brothers, Rocky and Raymond, take pride in their physical fitness. Well, so do the boys wearing the gold. Excessive up 1-0 here early in professional X ball.
Rich Telford and Excessive have been picking up all the talent they can in the offseason to try to be more competitive in X-Ball. Rocky has a totally different training mentality. He wants to pick up and train all the little kids around him so that when it comes time for them to play, they're playing with the dogs.
Well, right now, hanging with the dogs, real strong like is this Excessive team. Looks very good that last time come running out Charging hard were the Naughty Dogs, but charging right back and for a point. Excessive.
Looks like Excessive's going to take the second one as well.
And it looks like they want to go meet Dynasty, but a lot of X-Ball left to be played. We'll have the rest later in the show.
When we come to these events, we see all kinds of crazy things. We see tattoos, we see wild piercings, but this is a first ever, a mohawk. 3 mohawks, courtesy of the Detroit Strange Tent. And this is Gage here getting a mohawk for the very first time. And a fine-looking do like this takes time, so we'll check back to see how Gage looks later in the show. And after the break, we'll introduce you to someone who joined Dynasty for a day. Stay with us.
If you want to stay on top of the paintball scene, subscribe to Paintball to Extremes magazine. Get player interviews and tournament coverage in every issue. Paintball to Extremes magazine will keep you informed of the hottest players and the hottest gear. Plus, you'll get product reviews and expert tech tips in every issue. That's 12 issues of non-stop coverage for only $19.95. Call 1-800-PAINTBALL to order by phone or order online. Paintball to Extremes magazine. Get in the game.
This is nice. Hey everybody, welcome back to Paintball 2 Extremes. Got a little cool mask in the first aid tent. This young man's getting taken care of. I'm getting taken care of too. You know, there is a real cool mask that's on the market for you paintballers, and we're going to tell you all about it in our 1-minute review now.
Here we are in the paint room at PMI, where I'm literally surrounded by millions of paintballs, but what we're concerned about today is protecting your face from those paintballs. Here we have the Extreme Rage Echo 2020. The Extreme Rage Echo has a lot of nice features, including a flexible face mask, which allows you to take a bounce, be safe, and stay in the game. The Echo is designed with safety in mind. It comes with a removable chin strap to keep the mask on, and a silicone beaded head strap to always keep the mask in place. The Echo comes with an easily removable smoke-tinted lens. Other lenses that are available range from clear to reflective prism. One of the unique features about the Echo is that it comes standard with a silent running fan. The fan is designed to be turned on and off with the push of a button during gameplay. The fan is designed specifically for people that play in high humidity or who wear glasses. With all the features, combined with the quality and durability associated with Extreme Rage, the Echo has become a favorite of competitive players worldwide.
That was cool on so many levels. And I wonder if it can generate as much wind as we're getting out here in the Windy City. Probably not enough to keep the guys cool out on the X-Ball field. Let's go check in with them now.
Second half action, professional X-Ball from Chicago, Rocky Knuth and the Naughty Dogs, and Excessive. Excessive has been on top all day long, 7-1. Can the Dogs step back up and get a little bit of bite out here in Chicago in the heat?
Looks like Excessive is starting with 4. They have a player in the penalty box.
A lot of different ways you can get those penalties in X-Ball. Change the way you play right out of the breakout if you have a penalty.
Absolutely, yeah. You definitely want to be a little bit more aggressive as far as getting to the corners. If your body's down off the break, you have to own the corners. Otherwise, you just get shot up.
Well, Excessive has owned the Naughty Dogs so far here in the first half. This is the first game in the second half, and leading 7-1. Just trying to sit back there and rock it a little bit is Excessive, and boys in yellow are falling a little bit. The guys in red making a move.
Naughty Dogs are coming very, very hard. They are down 7-1.
We'll make that 7-2 as they take game 1 here in the second half. So trying to stage a comeback. And we'll see what they do here in game 2 now. 7-2 and game 2 of the second half. Plenty of X-Ball left to be played, but you got to keep it rolling if you're wearing the red and black. And the gold on the right, it's Excessive breaking out.
The Naughty Dogs have got to be very aware of the clock, and they've got to be aggressive. Brad Ruson's got to get in the snake and start shooting some people.
Raymond Knuth making a move.
The Dogs are not being as aggressive as I thought they would at the beginning of the game. Brad there, he needs to get up into the snake.
And he's hearing you. Throws the marker ahead of him. First the marker and then Brad, he makes it. There's Thomas Taylor working that snake and working the mohawk at the same time.
You can hear the Naughty Dog guys talking it up right behind Brad, trying to let him know what's going on with Thomas.
Brad just left the snake, he's down, and Taylor's down as well. Naughty Dogs back there working that Mayan.
For Excessive, this is exactly what they want. They want the Naughty Dogs to sit. They want the time to run down. They've got a huge lead. They just want to shoot the paint, cross the lanes up, and keep the Naughty Dogs out of the snake, which they are not going to be able to do right now.
Working up that snake, so trying to chop into that lead a little bit more are the Naughty Dogs. Down 7-2 right now.
Looks like a 3-on-2 situation for the Naughty Dogs.
Paint spraying everywhere except for on the body of Excessive. Still moving and working, doing a great job of killing that clock. Wow, one to the goggle, good shot. We're seeing some good paintball here. And here's the giddy up so you don't kill any more of that clock. Later in the show, we'll come back and see if they can claw all the way back.
As promised, here's how Gage looks after his haircut. Not bad, but I don't think the producers of the show will want me to go the mohawk route. At least they better not.
The hardest working refs in paintball, these guys are from Chicago and Minnesota. Some reffing and playing this weekend. But you know what? Even when they're resting, they're still studying up on paintball. It's not real work, though. Just reading Paintball 2 Extremes magazine is fun, just like the show's fun. In the October issue, there's plenty of game coverage from the MPPL, the CFOA, and the International Amateur Open, as well as the Hatfields versus McCoys scenario game. Get your issue today.
Stay on top of the paintball scene. Subscribe to Paintball to Extremes magazine. Get player interviews and tournament coverage in every issue. Paintball to Extremes magazine will keep you informed of the hottest players and the hottest gear. Plus, you'll get product reviews and expert tech tips in every issue. That's 12 issues of non-stop coverage for only $19.95. Call 1-800-PAINTBALL to order by phone or order online. Paintball to Extremes magazine. Get in the game.
Paintball 2 Extremes is brought to you by National Paintball Supply, #1 supplier to the #1 extreme sport. By Diablo, play with fire. And by Paintball 2 Extremes, covering the game.
Well, Dynasty's still waiting in that championship slot. Who's going to fill the other slot? Will it be Excessive, who own the first half? Or the guys on the left, the Naughty Dogs, who have run straight through this second half? 7-6 is the score now. The Naughty Dogs trying to tie it up with this one as that clock continues to tick down.
You mentioned clawing back. Clawing back they did.
Never count out the Knuth brothers. Work so hard on and off of the paintball field. Great guys, surrounded by a great group of guys. Excessive the same way. Disciplined squads. And it's a game of momentum so much, like so many other sports. You get that momentum on your side, and it's hard to stop it.
That's what I was talking about earlier. See, Brad Russon is in the snake now. He's creating a lot of havoc. A lot of guns are coming to him. It opens up that other side of the field and allows the players over there to move straight down.
Great communication as you listen in on the boys from Excessive. They want to slow it up. The Naughty Dogs trying to hurry it up and trying to tie it up, more importantly. 7-6 now after a 7-1 lead zipped away for the guys in gold.
Taking a look at Map Chim right there, who actually comes from the Naughty Dogs. He went to Excessive at the end of the year this year, or last year.
Dogs trade 1 for 1, but that about does it. How about it, Ryan? 7-7, and just like that, we're all tied up. Waiting to see who goes to the championship game to take on Dynasty. And what little time is left, we've got time to find out who's gonna go meet them in the championship game. Will it be Excessive? Will they get back on top and get the ball rolling in their favor, or will it be the boys on the left in the red, the Naughty Dogs?
Pretty much what you expected from Excessive on the breakout. Not taking a lot of ground, lots of guns up, shooting the right lanes, trying to get those kills off the break.
We saw the eyes of McCluskey, very determined, focused. Rocky Knuth, there's Taylor. Wow, the drama that is professional X-ball. One of the many reasons this sport is increasing in popularity all across the world. In the snake, eye to eye. How about this? Huh?
Now that was perfect. This player saw the other Naughty Dog run into the Dorito side. He immediately made the move into the snake when he knew the guns would turn the other direction.
And a 1-for-1 trade, it looks like. No, the Naughty Dog down. And Excessive plays on. May have taken one to the goggles right there and trying to make a run through and go hang that flag and come back win. There goes the buzzer.
Okay, this is interesting, James. If indeed Rocky was hit and he continued to play and it's a major penalty, a point will be awarded to Excessive and they will go on to play Dynasty in the finals.
Paintball's flying, the fans are cheering, the adrenaline rush that you get right before the buzzer sounds. These are just a few of the things that we like to bring you on PB2X. But now we'd like to bring you a story that you might have ordinarily missed had you been at one of these tournaments. Meet Nick Falcone, a 16-year-old with cystic fibrosis who recently contacted the Make-A-Wish Foundation about achieving his dream of playing with one of his favorite paintball teams, Dynasty. Nick put on the black and blue uniform and was concerned about ending up black and blue.
I'm actually really scared because see these people behind me, they're all gonna shoot me.
But before long, Nick was made to feel right at home. Once play began, Nick got right into the spirit of things. And while he was enjoying himself, his parents were experiencing a mixture of emotions.
It's his dream come true. That's good enough for me.
After a few games with Dynasty, Nick swapped sides and played with his heroes from Avalanche. And he soon learned that when you go up against Dynasty, you pay the price. But make no mistake, Nick gave as good as he got.
Yeah, nice people. I got shot me in the face. Okay. You shot me in the face. Somebody shot me in the face. Give him the belt gun.
So when it was all over and the teams formed up for one last photograph, Nick had his moment of glory that will last for a lifetime. Now let's finish up the show with a quick look at how Nick's temporary teammates did in the finals here at Chicago.
The boys in blue getting fired up. They had to wait a while for all that drama to unfold. And as we take a look at the highlights from the finals here in Chicago, Excessive battled hard in the semifinals, but they left it all on the field. And Dynasty just mopped them up in the finals.
Dynasty is absolutely the best team in the world right now. They're more consistent than everybody. They're more excitable than everybody. They're just out of control, those kids.
They have everything it takes to have fun and to win, and they did just that at the Chicago Open. And they did it by a score of 15-3, and an end result that never really was close. Yeah, it was on purpose. It's a big win and big hugs and a big check for Dynasty. See? Told you guys it was the Windy City. Actually, I should probably just leave it because we're done. The Chicago Open, it's over with. And this Paintball 2 Extremes, the third show from the Chicago Open, we're finished with that too. Hope you guys enjoyed it because we had a great time bringing it to you from the Windy City. We go from the Windy City to the Mile High City next week. Make sure you check that out on Paintball 2 Extremes. For Jen Pierce and all of us here at Paintball 2 Extremes, I'm James Bates. We'll see you then.